Hello, guys. Sorry, I'm still kind of sick, and I don't know if my chat asset is just like not working. Give me a second. It is. Don't know. I don't know why I had me stuck in all caps. Pog. Okay. I just know I have certain settings, and I'm always kind of like worried that like something's just like gonna stop working at some point. I didn't grab water. That's why I want to go out into the kitchen for shit. But hello, Bach. Congrats on getting first. Let me grab my water really quickly. Hold on. I'll tell you about my really boring pre-stream adventure. What are you doing? Come here. Here, girl. Working. Enjoy your work. Enjoy work as much as possible, man. Me? I just got back. I forgot to grab my water. So what happened was that before I hit start, right? Okay, guys, you'll be so proud of me. I did something in advance for once. I took a nap. I woke up and now it's like I'm gonna test to make sure that everything's good on the Stardew modded end. Okay, I booted up Stardew. Like 5 things needs updates. I'm like, yes, this is why I did this in advance. Hell yes. I was prepared to get today. But yeah, no, then like, I hit stream. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go grab water. Then like I got distracted because my mom got like my mom's phone case. Okay, let me rephrase this. My mom often misplaces her phone around the house. And sorry, I'm also eating. I'm eating a snack. But she so I kind of got to a point because like whenever my mom would like misplace her phone, she would like lose it. Like she'll leave it in places like outside or like in the car. I don't know. So my sister and I were like, okay, we're just gonna get mom a case. We're like, mom, we should just get a phone case with like a strap on it, so you can just like have it on your person at all times. And mom's like, no, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Come a few phone misplacements later, and she goes, no, okay, this is actually a great idea. So we order her a case that has like a strap. And it broke recently, so she bought a new one, and it came today. And I was like, oh, it's a different color. You got one in navy blue this time? Was what I was saying as I was like, out there to get water on the kitchen. And my mom's like, well, it's like long story and about like how her phone was really hot today, and my mom has like this habit of like just leaving her phone on at max brightness all the time. So there's like kind of like no like auto shut off. So I was like trying to configure that on her phone really quickly so that like I don't know, it's just not on all the time. It's almost a joke at this point. It's almost a meme. But yeah, I got a snack and then I forgot water. So here we are. And like the really part this is so like meaty. I'm so sorry, guys. But like the part that really tore me apart, that I was like, oh man, the thing that I really want is a snack, right? But I do have like honey butter chips, and I'm like, I want to save those for like a rough night or like a late night or something. Okay, like 6:30 on a Thursday is not the time for honey butter chips. So I don't know, I'll warm something up. But yeah. But guys, I'm so over being sick. It's been a week. Why am I still sick? But yeah, it's fine. I get to work from home for the rest of the week, which is Pog. Thank you, Entity. Thank you. Like I tried to take a nap, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna take my medicine because like you only take it like once within like 12 hours, and I'm like I don't want to like wake up in like 12 hours and be cranky because I woke up early because I can't like breathe well. So like I'm just gonna take a nap and suffer through it, and it was the most like It was not a great nap, guys, but I guess I'm here now. But yeah, no, I'm so done with being sick, guys. I am so done with being sick. But at least I get to work from home for the rest of the week, which is pog. But the downside of that is that I'll be like going to the bath. I'll like get up to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, well, I could go do a doodle, but like then I'm like, nah, I should probably work. It's so depressing. It's so depressing having the self-control to like not do the impulsive thought, but having the impulsive thought to begin with. It's so sad. Hold on. It's just so chewy. I got like the scallion pancakes from like local Chinese restaurant, and they're just so chewy. They're so good though. All right. Is it time for Stardew? I feel it's been a hot minute since we It's been a hot minute since we played. It's been a hot minute since we played. Hold on. Let me make sure that all of my sounds are working as expected, because I don't want y'all to get like bro, towards the end of that call, like I know I was being pretty quiet, but I was like walking the fuck in. Side note, I hate Ruby. I found a new problem to be annoyed with. Okay, let's switch. No, I have to fix the sounds. Okay. This one. Yeah, my ass did not realize there's a new set out. Does anyone remember what we were doing last? Because I don't. But yeah, we kind of just get to yap. Kind of nice. Are we in summer? No, we're still in spring. We only went through like. I'm not sure I figured that with the parsnips. I thought we went through more days last time. I do remember being like money, yes. But I don't remember much about that. Much else. But yeah, I know yesterday I got to like, oh, let's go refill. Yep. God, it's been such a hot minute since I've played Stardew. Oh my god. Boom. 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 Oh my god, yeah. You're right. I forgot. My ass always forgets. My bad. Okay, I think hold on. Did it update? Okay, it did update. It just did not update on my end, which is pog. Thank you, Bach. Let me eat my pancake real quickly. Oh, my pancakes are stuck together. There we go. Thank you for the head pats. Oh, I thought I installed the mod. Okay, it's okay. Yeah. Or sometimes it'll like... The thing that gets me often is that so like I will change it on my end, right? That I'll just won't click done, and it like just like won't be reflected. And so like obviously like nothing saved. So I'm just, my bad, guys. Or sometimes it would be like, oh, like I'll update, right? And then just like nothing happens. And it used to not actually update the stream when I used it. The stream just change it, but after last OBS update fixed. Nice. It's so nice to press the panic button and set up. Yeah. I think. Yeah, definitely having a button to do that would be hella nice. I think I just don't have a regular enough stream to be able to do that. But yeah. Hello, Linus. I think. Yes. Offer. Hi, what do you want? Okay. Oh. More money, guys. Huge. And you remember how much the backpack costs? Because if I recall correctly, the goal was to get the backpack. Nope, Pog. I think the goal was backpack. I don't remember. I don't remember what the goal was. At some point, it was to do. We also need to do Bug Slayer at some point, just to be able to. Oh, my ass is not paying attention. Oh, what am I doing? I'm wasting energy. I'm wasting energy. Boom. Do I remember how to fish? The real question. The real question on everyone's mind. Okay, here's another coworker story. That happened yesterday. Now it's kind of just like, okay, man. One of my coworkers was like, hey, you sound super sick. Because I was like, I don't know why, but the medicine wore off like really early yesterday. So I just sounded immediately really congested. And they're like, hi, you sound sick. And I was like, it's because I have a cold and I'm getting over the cold right now. Hold on. I figured out where to put the bowl so it wasn't in the way, but it was still in the place where I remember to, you know, like take it out once I'm done. We're done here. And this is actually, and the coworker who was talking to me about this. This was the coworker that I enjoy, but this coworker works like remotely a lot. Like this coworker was like really like helpful and like helping me bug the right people to get like my credentials to like enter the control room. And like literally I remember being like he's like, oh, like you should just go home. So like he messages our boss and goes like, hey, DX is sick. It's like she's like still sick, you know. So then my boss messaged me and goes like, hey, like you like I know that you said that you were okay, but like you don't have to be in the office right now. Like if you want to go home and work, like go home and work. And I was like, Pog. And the thing is, my boss is great. Boss is super chill. And my coworker was like, yeah. So like I work inside a control room where there's like operators and stuff, right? And the operators cannot work. Like if they get sick, they like have to have someone else like pick up their shift. Like there needs to be an operator like at all times, like X number of operators on at all times, like in the office. It's just the way it is, right? And it makes sense granted what their job is. But like, and guys, I'm not doing a very good job at fishing. No, I'm being focused. Anyway, so he was like, so my coworker's like, I mean, like honestly, just like my coworker and my boss were wrong. So like, they're both just like, honestly, just like work from home until like you don't sound sick anymore. And I said, okay, sounds good to me. You know, you're not gonna hear a begrudging okay out of me. You know. So yeah, I guess work the rest of the week from home, but I needed to sort out one thing at work first. Like, and I was like, okay, I want to do this in office. This is going to be something where like having more than 2 screens is going to be really nice. I'm going to do it here. And then once I get that sorted out, I'm going to go to this in-person meeting. And then I'm going to go home. In-person meeting gets pushed back and is now virtual. And I'm like, even better. I'll just go home once I'm done with this, sorting out this, this bug. I finished sorting out the bug and I'm like, all right, gamers, I'm going to go home. And my coworker was like, all right, good for you. Like, get better soon. And I was like, thank you. And the coworker that I hate chimes in. And they're like, what about the sprint meeting? And I was like, I'm gonna be at the sprint meeting. Like, it's online. And like, even my other coworker was like, dude, chill. Like, it's online. Like, it's virtual. Like, it's not that deep. You know, it's kind of like his vibe. Like, why are you freaking out, man? You know. And he's like, well, you're gonna take a nap at home. And I was like, why am I being accused of taking a nap during work hours? And my coworker's like, where did you get that? My other coworker, the one I like. And he was like, oh, well, didn't you say that? And I was like, no, I said that I need to be near a humidifier. And he was like, oh, well, I swore you could have said that you were going to go take a nap. And I said, no. And then my other coworker made fun of the fact that that's like a huge jump in logic. Just like, big huh. I'm missing like all of these. There we go. But yeah, it was just a big fat huh. Big fat huh from me. And then the coworker that I didn't like went into some like borderline political shit. And I was like, my guy, please stop talking. But I did manage to shut him up without like a comeback, and I felt pretty good. Like, his argument was stupid. And I think we should all expect that by this point. Granted, his argument about food authenticity. But like, it was something like they said something like, oh, well, yeah, my coworker and my boss were like, work from home until you feel better and you don't sound sick. And I said, okay. My coworker said, or you can just pretend like you're not sick and just don't care who you spread it to. And I'm like, and then he goes, you know, over the pandemic, I caught COVID and I just went about business as normal. Didn't wear a mask. I went to class as usual. Like, I didn't really care who caught it from me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to here to comment on that, but like, in terms of my personal situation, right? Like, I have a father who has, well, he wasn't cancer, but it was amyloidosis, which basically what happens when like protein basically forms a wall around like a vital organ. Usually it's like the lungs, but for my dad it was like the heart. Either way, he still had to go through like chemo, and has like a weakened immune system. He can't, like, for example, like go to Salt Lake City because like the elevation messes with his breathing. You know what I mean? Like, so like we had to be like really careful, or like I wanted to be careful about who I like if I were to catch COVID. You know what I mean? Like, my mom is like on the older side, and like, you know, and then when I was in Houston, you know, I was out of state, but I was around a lot of family who had really young kids. My point is that I knew there would be big consequences if I caught COVID, and then like a family member who is like in a compromised position would catch COVID because of me. You know what I mean? So instead of calling out, I think going down the political route of that argument, I was like, you know what? How privileged, what a privileged position that you were able to be in, that you didn't have to worry about who caught it from you. You know, like I didn't get to have that privilege. You know, I have lots of family that are like in some way that were in some ways at the time compromised, you know, either being just too young and just simply not having an immune system because that's how birth works, or just like going through chemotherapy. You know what I mean? Like what a privilege it is for you to not have to worry about that. And then he kind of just like, he sat there in silence, and I was like, thank fucking God, like stop talking, please. I'm begging. We are all begging. But yeah, that was definitely a satisfying moment. Like, don't you worry. Like, the ability to shut this human being up was 10 out of 10, you know? Like, I wouldn't trade that feeling, like, for the world. It felt very nice. Also, it's just like, I'm sorry, like I have like, not to mention, it's like I already have like the go ahead from like so many like people, like from one, a coworker, right? Two, like our collective boss. Like, I don't know why you're trying to get me to stay in the office because you have to stay in the office. But like, I don't know, like that seems like something that you might want to work out by yourself if you believed in therapy. Oh, I didn't do this, huh? The problem is that he is competent at his job. He does happen to be not terrible at his job. Oh, I'm starting to feel exhausted. Guys, I'm starting to feel exhausted. And the thing is, you know, whether or not like I agree or disagree with him morally and politically, you know, I still do work in software development, and you know, there do tend to be a lot of people in this field that would agree with like this coworker's position on enough things. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm simply gonna keep my mouth shut. Go down here. Boom. Okay. But yeah, no, I also sometimes, yeah. Okay. But yeah, I also sometimes secretly wish for, I wouldn't per se say the downfall, but I do wish for a day for someone to give him a talking to, and for him to actually just like stop talking for like one day, one singular day. Just stop giving your unsolicited opinions one singular time. One time. No. I know it's going to be asking me a lot, but you know, one singular day. But, oh, okay, Pog. But you know, I get to work from home for, well, I guess today's Thursday, so I get to work from home tomorrow. Also. And technically, I am allowed a day of a free day of, I think, okay, let me rephrase this. The old arrangement was that I'm allowed one free day of work remotely from home, but they changed the policy so that people can have be able to work remotely more. So I don't know. I simply don't know. Guys, I think we have to spend our money again. Boom. Let's find our dog, TM. Hello. Good boy. Actually, I don't remember what our dog's name is. I'll be real. It's been a hot minute. We got distracted. Okay. Okay, I think it might be time. TM. We gotta find out something fucking better. We'll bring some of these. Okay. I don't know, man. Okay, actually, no. Let's talk about general goals and stuff for streaming that I've kept close to my face, close to my heart. And by close to my heart, I mean vocally said multiple times, and not on stream. $90. I don't know if that's worth it, man. You're fucking close on Wednesday. Hi, Pally. Okay. So I think one stream that I want to do eventually. Or maybe even not a stream. I think I just want to do this just generally speaking. There's this Fortnite map, you see. There's this Fortnite map that allows you to let's give this to Linus first. I don't remember whether if he likes this shit, but he does like foraged stuff. Yes, okay. So there's this Fortnite map, and it's basically like, again, okay, like some of us have played this Fortnite map before, but it's Mario Party mini games. Oh, we just haven't done the mines. I understand now. Okay, we just didn't do this at all. I get it now. Oh my god. It's so painful. 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 Every single time. Oh my god, we need something better than this. We need something better than this shit. Oh, a small magnet ring. You know what? We will equip that. Thank you. Boom. Oh, hardwood. Huge. Oh god, I didn't finish it. Yeah, Mario Party minigames. I want to do that. I want to play that with multiple people. I think that's fun. I don't know. I'm also like, I know I mentioned this before, right? How many players? More than more than four players, but we do have a Fortnite gang, so it's a matter of me being able to convince them to do this, and I don't think it will take much convincing. I don't know. I hope some of y'all were in Nova stream yesterday. I know Entity was there, obviously. I know Entity was there, and we don't talk about the wins or the lose the wins or the L's there. We don't have to talk about it. But I will say we did get one more. Another challenger entered the Fortnite server today. No, we don't talk. I don't know what you're talking about, Pally. I'll be so for real. I have no idea what you're referring to. Okay, we just gotta get to 5. This is the goal. Okay, we're gonna I don't want to say we're gonna speed run the mines, but we are gonna speed run the slimes quests to be able to unlock the bug quest. How's that sound, guys? There we go. But yeah, no, I want to do that. That'll be fun. Another thing that I want to do at some point is have... I don't think we have like a big enough like regular community for this, but I do want to do like maybe like once a month starting off, like once a month to have like a little community night stream or something. I don't know, where we play like Jackbox games or something. I think that would be fun. But, you know, right now I am in the process of getting my shit together for a debut. And I know I thought I had a timing on that. It turns out no, actually I don't. Turns out no, actually I don't, but simply because of like, listen, I want to, I need to planning. Yeah, I think I know my planning always does end up working out. So like I'm not like worried. Also, what do I leave behind? Oh, this is hard. Okay, actually no, we don't need the slime. We'll be fine. Oh, I forgot to add songs to the stream playlist. It's okay. We're not even listening to the stream playlist. We're chill. We're chilling. We're pog. Can I get to level 10? I think I can get to level 10. Hold on. I mean, do we want another small magnet ring? Like, I guess I could just equip it. Now we're super magnet, huh? Okay. So here's my dilemma. I do not know, or rather, okay, so I am in the process of writing my character lore. Is it necessary? No, but this is something that's like that was kind of fun for me. And also it's like, I think it's more like I kind of have like, do I use the quote? Do I use the quote, guys? I have concepts of plans in terms of character lore, but I don't. No, I have concepts of plans of character lore. Does that make sense, guys? Oh man. Unfortunately, it does. Yeah, and then it's not just that. It's more of like, if I read this out loud to out loud to somebody, would I want to just like shrivel up and die out of embarrassment? Again, I'm a dancer at heart. Yeah, but like I do want to present you guys like why is my character designed the way I am? I have answered that on stream. Like actually, like, it's been a hot minute since I answered that question on stream. No one's asked in a hot minute, mostly because people here they know. But I do want to have like a little. I want to figure out a fun way to present my lore, and I think I have settled on a way to do that, or I'm playing around with a way to do that, and I don't know if that's going to require me. Yeah, see, yeah, exactly. That was kind of the route I was thinking about going down. And like kind of like a baby animatic kind of a situation. But then I'm like, oh shit, that means I would have to write like a script, and I wouldn't like a script that I would either need to voice act myself or ask friends to record lines. A mess. It's a mess. It's simply a mess. Actually, Entity, I'll be fucking real. Because my knowledge on like the area of like Chinese mythology is weak and vague. To put it lightly, to put it accurately, correctly, and nicely. What is that? A geode? Oh, we will get plenty of geodes in the future. Okay, never mind. Actually, no, this is worthwhile. We'll find quartz later. But yeah, okay. But since my like, I know a little bit about Chinese mythology. I would say more than the average American I know about Chinese mythology. And I also knew enough to make my character design look the way it is, or like to get to have like the image in my brain, and then revision upon revisions happened, and lo and behold, here I am. But like, yeah, I think I will want to if you have time at literally any point in the general future to consult you about some of this stuff, because I don't know. I don't fucking know. I watched Mulan, so I'm pretty much knowledgeable. Hey, I did too. Last stream, I think there was some some DX personal lore that was revealed, and that I actually did. I did martial arts as a kid, like actual martial arts. I did wushu, I did competitions and shit. I was even pretty damn good for my level. I would even dare go as far to say, as haughty as it sounds. So the wushu school that I went to, hey, it's okay. If anything, my strongest area, it was straight sword. I wasn't like as good in long fist, just because dancer at heart, have no upper body strength, so just like whatever, you know what I mean. And long fist is just like empty hands, like it's just empty hands. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know the terminology for it. It just is. Like, if you look, I don't know, like, I don't know how to describe it. But it's like, I don't know how, I can't like even like relate to it to Avatar: The Last Airbender, because they didn't use long fist specifically. Well, I guess, okay, let me rephrase this. No, I'm fucking incorrect. Okay, like, so long fist is essentially like it's essentially like the basis for firebending, I think, if I recall correctly. That style of empty hand, if I recall correctly. So there's your image for people who don't know. No, that's a different style. There we go. There's the ladder. What if we just ate these? It's kind of a waste, but it's okay. 2. Oh, we're just gonna keep eating then, huh? Waiting. One more. Okay. No, we'll take it. And then we'll put them on. So I guess I didn't have to eat the parsnips. But yeah. Oh my god, a leak. But yeah, no, that's okay, so when I did wushu, the school that I performed at, or that I attended. Oh, hello. Oh, it's this one. It's this cutscene, guys. Oh, Linus. Sounds like those raccoons are back again. Filthy varmints. If I could do an accent, I would. You turned up at the right time, at the right moment, miss. What if I read correctly? Could you do an old man a favor? Could you go around the corner and scare off those raccoons for me? They've been causing a real mess. Oh, man. Thanks. Make sure you give them a good scare so they never come back. Pog. Hello, Linus. Hi. It's me. It is I. It was me. It's I, said Linus. I find a lot of hot, fresh food in these cans. Stuff that would go to waste if I didn't take it. I haven't seen these cutscenes in a hot minute, I will say. You think there's something wrong with what I'm doing? Everything's cut out for this world, DX. You should, you don't know what it's like, to be me. I'm not harming anyone. I just want to live life in my own, in my own way. Is that so wrong? You know what? You just, you know what? Pop off. Do your own. Do your shit. Thanks, DX. I knew you were an open-minded person. I feel good about what I'm doing. I'm not harming anyone. Pop off. You can go on home. I promise I won't rummage in George's cat anymore. You can tell him you scared off the raccoons for good. All right. I guess I'll go home now. Oh, I forgot about the end of this scene, man. I thought the scene was gonna end. I'll be real. Oh man, why does Gus's updated profile photo look like that? Wait. Oh, he's shaking. Poor guy. I know what you were doing, Linus. ... You just need, if you need food, just ask. I don't want anyone in Pelican Town to go hungry. Here, I got a basket of zucchini fritters. Just make sure you dip them in my spicy marinara, bro. Load him up with a whole ass appetizer. Whole ass appetizer. Anyways, attempt number like 18. So since like the school that I did martial arts and dance at that time, they did do we have this one yet? No, never mind. I know here we have maybe exotic foraging. Yes. Boom. All right. Now we go home. Oh, what if we just stopped walking to the wall? 1,000 gold for that. Yeah. Cross-reference Mimi and Tim. Yeah, thank you so much, Entity. Okay, now the goal is to get something together that I'm not like, ugh, whenever I think about outside the shower. Because inside the shower, I'm always like, all of my thoughts are 10 out of 10. You know, I should do that. And then I get out of the shower, I'm like, actually, no, it's a terrible idea. I'm like, it's a good thing that the only thing stopping me from putting that into action was me being in the shower. Oh man. Hold on. We're just going back and forth. My bad, guys. Okay, boom. Boom. Oh, I think we have everything. Yeah, we already know stir fry. Get out of here. Weather report. Oh, it's raining. It's a raining, it's pouring. Not mayonnaise. Oh, cherry bomb, huge. Why showers generate the best ideas? I don't know, but I did come up with a basis for my lore in the shower. Literally every single time. Every time I have an idea on how to advance it, how to like add details. And by details, I mean like basic details to character lore. Oh, I'm not reading what Clint's saying. I'm just clicking ahead. I think we have the furnace now. Yeah. My ass is just always just like, oh, like what if like also true. Also true. Oh wait, what? Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, huge money. I'll accept that quest. Hold on. Letters from Dad. Have built Wells West. Okay, we gotta. I don't know, Bach. Thinking is hard. Personally, hear me out. Not a big fan of it. We should get rid of it and start over. But you know, yeah, you're probably right. I actually did get, like, I was talking to, okay, so I've consulted Inkley and Abels about debut. And while I was talking, I was like mostly talking to Inkley more about like character lore stuff and like kind of how to present that. And just bouncing off ideas. I don't know. And she was also kind of like educating me on the basis on like what VTuber debut is, because if you've literally talked to me one time outside of stream, you know very quickly how much I just don't know things general, especially when it comes to like, I guess like internet culture things and like especially VTuber culture stuff. I know nothing. But yeah. So Inkley was educating me on stuff. Oh, hi, Axe. My ass didn't realize that it was down here. I didn't know. I guess we will go purchase our seeds, and then we will go. Trying to figure out pathing. No, it's fine. Whatever. We will do whatever the hell I want. How does that sound? Oh God, I can't. I know. I'm in the process of telling that one thing that my wushu school did, and then I keep on getting interrupted by like not telling that story. Okay, so I basically learned about like. Oh wait, we're just gonna buy parsnips seeds. We're gonna buy 20 of them. Yes, and this is how much. Yeah, no, actually, we can swim with that. That's good. Huge, even. Okay. Today might actually not be a Mines Day. It's okay. But yeah, my oh, hello. Boop. Huge. You should be open by now too. You're fine. Yes. Hi. Here's your axe. As delivered. Yes. Claim money. Money. Maybe we'll hear that story one day. Okay, no. Okay, sorry. Okay. I'm gonna lock in and actually tell the fucking story. Maybe. Since we were a school that focused on wushu and dance, that was very unusual for the area that we grew in. That I grew up in. I grew up in an area that does have like a sizable Chinese population, but it was either a school that focused on like one or the other. Okay, like they did like there wasn't a school that did both. Like that school did. And you know, we could talk about my actual opinions on that, but we won't, mostly because I don't want to get sued and I'm still technically under contract with them. And hold on, I think today might not be a Mines Day, period. So their best idea to kind of like highlight that uniqueness of the school was to put on a production of Mulan, but we weren't following the Disney. Okay, it was actually really weird because early on in production we were following like Disney pretty closely, and then they said, "Oh yeah, Mulan is like based off of a ballad. It's like a real ass thing in Chinese with the culture. Let's tell the story like that way, you know, like with less Disney influence. And like, I know it sounds like ass, but it actually was pretty good for like amateurs, I would say. I would say a lot of things about that school, but one thing that they can do is put on a show. So they were able to tell, I think they were able to tell like the story like pretty accurately. Like it was like, no. So like, and by what I mean by like follow the Disney story more, it like, and yeah, no, exactly. I think exactly for a Western school, it makes sense. Like if they try to put on something that was like more obscure within Chinese mythology, like they would not be able to get their money back on like being from like renting a theater and stuff, right? So I think it makes sense because like at the end, it was just like a narrative device to like be like, hey, look, like. Our kids can do, we do wushu and dance. Please join our school. You know what I mean? These away. We put you away over here. And put you over here with this. Okay. We'll probably only make it like 5 floors. But yeah, and then so like that's kind of like how I learned the ballad, because like or like learn more about the ballad rather. I don't know. And it was interesting for sure. Like I remember the things like they took that shit like so seriously. They trained us like we were professionals / neg. We're like actually just kids in middle school, high school. But like I will say, like so they put on these shows. I think the heyday it was 2012 to 2014. Then they took a break and then put it back on in 2018. By 2018, I was no longer at their school, but I went to go watch, and it was. I gotta say, if I didn't know the dancers, if I didn't know, dance generally speaking, I would say it was a pretty good show. Unfortunately, I am a judgy ass bitch, so I was able to I was able to see things that maybe others were willing to overlook / not notice. But like for me, it's like I've danced with most of those kids before, and I've traded with a lot of those kids before. So I'm like, oh, my ass knows. I know. You guys can like you know what I mean? But yeah, no. And I also like was privy to some behind the scenes. I don't maybe drama, perhaps. Long story short, how does this one sound? The dance teacher, by the way, not specialized in Chinese dance, wasn't just a random ass ballet teacher. So like the dance teacher was fired, quit, unclear. Oh, can I please kill you? Thank you. And I don't want to. Okay, listen. I'm sure she was brilliant. I wouldn't know. I was not her student. I'm sure she was great in the field that she specializes in. I know for a fact that she was not great in Chinese dance, and you know what? That's fair. You know, like you like I think Chinese dance is such a niche, like it's like a niche style, like you know what I mean? Like it's fine. I think it's really hard to find someone who knows even an ounce of wushu, and it is, you know, like I'm not knocking on her for being hired. I'm not necessarily dissing the school for hiring someone who doesn't know anything about the style this time. Don't you worry, I have a different story for that one. Don't you worry. You guys, you know, once you've been dancing for so many years, as I have, you have so many stories about shitty dance teachers. Hold on. There we go. I always feel like I have to lock in when it comes to like when I have like the shitty sword. You know what? Even if we're not making progress in the mines, we are making progress towards that slime goal. So I am not mad about our lack of progress. We planted seeds. We did good. So I'm not knocking the school for like not being able to hire someone properly, especially since in terms of dance, you know, they are a wushu focused school first. So like, you know, like when I was a kid, I used to get really mad about that because I'm like, okay, like why even have a dance department when like you clearly don't give a fuck? Like why pretend like you give a fuck when you clearly don't? Like that was the part that always like made me really upset and really mad as a kid. Now as an adult, I'm like, listen, I kind of get it. Let me rephrase this. I don't get it, but you know what? I guess like pop off, I guess. Oh my god. Fuck off. Fuck off for real. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm just gonna pause this to retract. Here's that sound. Okay, Chinese dance is like an odd mixture from all these military martial and casual experimentation and innovation stuff from like 2,000 plus years. It's like it's really hard to explain. No, exactly. And like the best way that I can explain it is like it's kind of like it does, believe it or not, require a lot of ballet technique, right? Or I guess you guys wouldn't necessarily know that, but like it does require a lot of ballet technique. Like ballet technique is going to help you in so many like areas of dance. Like it helps you be aware just, like, of like different ways to like hold your body, what it means to like lift your hips up or like whatever, right? Or like the proper way to point your toes or something. Like I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like there are foundations that are, I guess, most in the cultural zeitgeist most easily understood via ballet. So that's like how I usually have to explain it to people. But like it's rough. Like it is hard to explain if you do not know what it is. Hold on. I'm getting, hold on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Just get rid of this one. There we go. Boom. Oh god, I don't know what I was saying. Can we even make it to 15? I believe that we can. Oh, yes we can. Yes we can. Huge. But yeah, I don't know. I think like, okay, what was I saying? When I was a kid, I got mad. Okay, yeah, so I'm not knocking on this dance teacher for not knowing Chinese dance. I just like, you know, like I'm not gonna knock this ballet teacher for being a ballet teacher who was hired to be a Chinese dance teacher. Like, you know, like I'm not mad at that because at the end of the day, like she wasn't the one hiring herself, right? So what I am gonna knock about this is the situation is that so in their preparations for Mulan 2018, the school was without a dance teacher. However, here comes the stupid part. Here comes the stupid part. Don't you worry. I feel like there's always like a stupid part. There's always like a catch that's stupid. Hi. Insect caves. Oh, we gotta grind for that. Anyway, so the stupid part is that because at that time the dance department was so small, to remotely have justifiable numbers, to best advertise themselves as a school that does wushu and dance, they had to force some of the girls who did wushu into dance. And one of my friend's younger sister would message me about this, and she was like, "No offense, but I hate this." It's not that I hate the activity. The activity's not my cup of tea, but I don't hate it. I'm pretty neutral about it. I hate the way it's happening. And I'm like, oh, please explain. So then she says, we just feel bad for the teacher who spent most of their time studying a specific dance that the manager signed them up for a dance for another class. No, yeah, exactly. Like, I think now as an adult, in almost all those situations where we had an incompetent dance teacher, I feel bad. Almost. There is one notable exception, which I will get into, don't you worry. I'll talk shit about her. I don't care. I think she deserves it, low-key. I think she deserves to have shit talked about her, because just, like, I don't think you walk into a space and then, like, choose to, like, say, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna shit all over the place. Anyways, we'll get there. Hold on. Weather report. Clear and sunny. Nope. Fortune teller. What's the point? No, yeah, exactly. I am not mad at her. I'm not mad at her. And so, you know what the part that is stupid though? Okay, so like the owner's daughter, wushu prodigy. No, that's not true. Specialized in wushu. No interest in dance, actively belittles dance. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe not, but pop off queen. That's like not my business. Like, you know, you have your thoughts and I will have mine. I just simply won't, you know, like I will simply remove myself from the situation when I feel frustrated by you and your stupid opinions. So so they're without a dance teacher. They cannot find another dance teacher. Literally any dance teacher. I know, right? Because I at that point in time, they were literally just hire anybody who would apply. I really felt they were desperate, man. They couldn't find anybody because this dance teacher that had just quit, was fired, whatever, was not the first dance teacher that knew nothing about Chinese dance. So they got. And okay, let me rephrase this. There were girls in that dance class who had been doing Chinese dance their whole life. Were they teaching material? No. But at that point, all they really needed, like I don't know. It was getting to a point where the teachers were kind of just there for adult supervision. And like the students who were like middle school, high school could like absolutely, maybe not teach, but like, I don't know. They knew their shit about the style that they specialized in. You know what I mean? So I'm beating around the bush. Who did they get to substitute for the dance teacher who no longer is who's no longer around? The oldest daughter, the daughter of the school owners. So like it's a family owned business, right? The mother is like the school director. The dad is the wushu master. And the daughter, you know, grew up doing wushu, had no interest in dance, belittles dance, so on and so forth. Nothing new I said. They get her to be in charge of the dance class. And she knew nothing about dance. Like, girl, okay, listen. Let me tell you some things that are simply. Yeah, so they got the oldest daughter. They got their only daughter. Yeah, so they got their only daughter to teach dance. Oldest daughter has zero experience, by the way. Older daughter has zero experience in dance. And you know, the older daughter has continued to dance sometimes. Asterisk there, we'll get to it. Like, I'm sorry, like she's like not a dancer, and it's not for and it is for lack of trying. I'm like, anyone can become a dancer is my stance, but to become a dancer, to become a remotely good, okay, decent dancer, you have to have somebody who is more knowledgeable teaching you, in my opinion. Because some people simply don't know how to move their bodies, right? Some people don't know how to move their bodies in the way that they want the way that their brain wants them to move their bodies. And to do that, sometimes you need somebody to like explain it to you, or to say, hey, you're actually doing this with your body when you need to be doing this. Okay, like, you know what I mean? Come on. Oh god, I hate these things. So yeah. So this hooray. So the oldest daughter was all of a sudden in charge of the dance class. And okay, for my non-dancers out there, close your eyes. Tell me what you think the cardinal sin of dancing is. What's the number one no-no across all styles of dance? I'm just curious what the common perception is. What's the number one no-no? If anybody... Because I have thoughts on what the number one no-no is, but I also am aware that my opinions on that is absolutely colored by my experience. No clue? Okay, that's pause. Personally speaking, from experience, the number one no-no across literally all styles of dance is when you're performing, you are not counting with your mouth out loud. And it's not like an artsy, this is like an interpretive dance, I'm counting, there's a purpose. No, like this is like I'm counting to keep time because I don't know what that is. And I clearly have not practiced enough to be able to internalize that the time. Right? I think that's the biggest no-no, especially when it comes to performing. In practice, it is okay to be counting out loud. I have to do that sometimes. It's fine. But when you are performing, huge no. It looks unprofessional. Above all, it looks unprofessional. It looks like you didn't practice. So, I get these messages from my friend. And she's like, yeah, no, these practices are hell. And I'm like, what's going on? She says, well, the oldest, this is what happened with the teacher. So now, the daughter, she's teaching and she's counting out loud during practice so loud that I cannot hear the music. I don't know what the music sounds like. I cannot hear it because she's counting so fucking loudly. And I was like, that's bad. And that's just practice. It gets worse. So come performance, again, I'm in the audience with one of my other friends from a different dance studio. And basically, I was able to recognize everybody by their face and their body and their way they move their body. Guess who's counting out loud on stage? I could see their mouth moving. I could see their mouth moving. It was quite bad. This is a thing where my family went, my sister went, we had an extra ticket, so I brought my other friend, who knew, we knew lots of mutuals in the show. So we just went together. I remember looking at my friend and being like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? And we were just she was like, yep. I looked at my sister and I was like, I think one important piece of context that you need to know about my sister is that she is nice. She's ultimately a nice person. She will try to give anybody the benefit of the doubt. Oh no, they did get negative reviews. Don't you worry, they did get negative reviews. But it was honestly from stupid white people who thought that this was going to be a professional show and not just kids. So they did get negative reviews, but not for their reason. But yeah, no, I was just like, what the hell? And then it gets worse. So the daughter gets a dance solo. And I'm like, man, literally get the dance solo to anybody else. Low-key, get the dance solo to anybody else. Because I'm sorry, it was a self-choreographed mess that clearly nobody looked over. And because there was no dance teacher. She was a dance teacher. It was this choreographed mess. And I was like, I'm embarrassed for you, girl. And it was just I don't know how to describe it in layman's terms, but everything she was doing in some ways, I guess, just looked inauthentic, and I don't know how to describe it better than that. Yeah, I was kind of cringing the whole time. I'll be for real on that one. Hold on. Okay, I don't have an item that will allow me to. But yeah, no, I kind of had to look away because I was like, oh man. And the thing is, like, I think when it comes to choreography, choreography is really hard, especially when it's like a style that you're like don't know that you don't know. And it's just like she has these like really weird sections. So I think what happened is that when you look up how to do self choreography, there's always this thing. I think like the common term is like to play with levels. So like if you're always standing on your feet, then do some floor work. If you're always on the floor, don't do that. You know what I mean? So I think what happened was that she looked up how to do choreography, and it was some instructions that play with levels because all of her because she has since done more self choreography. She has since done more self choreography, and they always have this really weird floor work section. I don't know how to describe it. And the thing is, when it comes to like hip hop and stuff, I think play with your levels, that's like a valid thing. When it comes to Chinese dance, there is more structure. Per se. Like you can't just like roll around the floor, do like a weird leg thing and call it a day. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like there is something that like there has to be like there's like always like in Chinese dance. There is this, it's like almost like a motif, if you will, that will recur throughout the dance. There's some kind of repetitiveness. I want to say that's like very classic of it. I don't know where I just went in the circle. I was looking for forageables. And I don't know, there's just some sort of like structure to it. There are movements that will look, that looks natural when you do floor work. And there are movements that are like, honey, what are you doing? And a lot of this choreography was, unfortunately, honey, what are you doing? Like, it was so fucking painful. Like, does she have some technique? Yes, but like again, the way that you carry your body when you do wushu versus the way that you carry your body when you do dance, it's very, very different. Oh, I need copper ore for that. My bad. So yeah, when you need to carry your body you carry your body differently when you do different things. That should not be a wild sentence. So like all the technique that she was able to carry over from wushu, because she didn't have like an instructor. Hold on. I don't have any wood, do I? Okay, pog. Because she didn't have an instructor to like tell her to like correct her, overwrite, do some more dance style. A lot of her technique that she was able to carry over, it just looks like wushu, but like to music. I don't know how else to describe it. It just didn't look very dancey. And like the problem is that that explains it. We had like kind of bad luck. We had ass luck today. I don't know. I don't know. I just remember it being like, yikes. Like I went to I guess this was like last year, I think. I went to my the wushu schools. So the director had a huge birthday party. It was some like milestone birthday. I don't remember what birthday it was. Oh, it's Egg Festival tomorrow? Okay. I guess we'll just go to sleep. We're kind of out of stamina anyways. And like, I think I told this story on stream before, but like, there was some guy who like, sang like an Ed Sheeran song to the director, but it was really uncomfortable because it was an Ed Sheeran song and the contents of the song didn't feel really appropriate. Like I felt really inappropriate. It was inappropriate and uncomfortable is the only way to describe it. And I did find out why it was like it was like Bluebird or something. Either way, it was really uncomfortable. Like, because I remember we were like, oh, okay, it takes. Okay, here's my point of view on that. I was like, oh, okay, you're singing. I get pop off. You know what? It's hard to sing in front of a crowd, and you're playing guitar too. You know what? That's hard. That's hard to do in front of people. My ass will not judge the quality of the singing or the guitar playing. So I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, okay, it's an Ed Sheeran song. Like, I guess we're gonna. I don't know. Interesting choice. And then there was like some lyric that was like "your lips on my lips" or some shit like that, and I was like, oh my god, what am I listening to? Please God, no. And like I turned to my sister and I'm like, are you hearing this? Are you uncomfortable? And my sister was like, yeah, this is kind of ass. And we still talk about it to this day. And then my other friend was there, so I go over to him. No. So there was actually a reason he was done dirty. But I turned. This is like, okay, I had bad timing on this one. I turned to my friend and I was like, hi, how are you feeling about this song? Obviously we're whispering, and he's like, I am so physically uncomfortable, I want to leave. And I was like, me too. And then we're like, both like, look, it's not that the singing is shitty, it's not that the guitar song is shitty. Like, why did we choose this song? Like, somebody please give me the backstory on this, because this is uncomfortable. And apparently we were kind of shit talking in front of this guy's parents. They were standing right behind us. Yeah, so I would later find out, like a year later, that like, yeah, no, it was awkward. I'd find out like a year later that I know, it was some critical misfortune. Oh, we're so poor, guys. We are so poor. I guess we'll talk to everybody while we're here. So what happened? And let me give you a picture. Like, in recent years, there have been more white people to join the wushu school. Pop off. I don't care. So this is like some white dude, and that is important. This is some white dude who does not know. I think he only knows English. So apparently, the daughter comes up to this dude and says, "Hi, you sing, you play guitar. This is the director's favorite song. Please sing this song to her at her birthday party that we're having." Bro looks at the song and then says, "I don't know Cantonese." And so the daughter says, "Well, can you learn in like a week?" And he was like, "No, no, I cannot." And she was like, "Oh, well, like, what do I do?" And then he was like, "I know another song that I can play. Is this song okay?" And the daughter was like, "Yeah, that's fine, whatever." At that point, make it a duet. I'm sorry. Like, that's not the guy's fault. That's not his fault. That's the daughter's fault for, like, not finding a better strategy to pivot into. Also, that's her fault for looking at this clearly white man and being like, "Yeah, you know Cantonese." "Oh, no, you don't know Cantonese? Okay, well, then just learn it in, like, a week." Like, he got done dirty. Like, I don't know, man. It was... So that's how we ended up listening to that really uncomfortable song for everybody's displeasure. Let me tell you this. I want to rip my soul out after that story. No, like it's kind of no. It was you want to rip your soul out like now. I'm like me telling you this story. I wanted to rip my soul, my eyeballs, and my ears off. Like when I was listening to it, I was so fucking uncomfortable. I was like, and because the thing is, he didn't do like a shortened version. It was like the full 3 minutes, and it was like the longest 3 minutes of my life. Literally the longest 3 minutes of my life. I have never suffered like that before. It was just like, I don't know how to describe it, man. It was something else. Like like listen, we could talk about like cringe all we want, but it was so God, like why didn't we? I think my number one question is simply why didn't we pivot once we found out that learning Cantonese in 1 week is an unreasonable ask? Just curious, do you know what? No, I don't. I heard this from my engaged friend's youngest sister. She was in on the tea because it was her like age bracket that's kind of like the target I guess like demographic, or I guess like the she's just aging out of the target demographic rather. So like she like kind of knew what was up and up, and I kind of just asked, and I was like, I just kind of asked, and I was like driving her like from practice last summer, and I was like, hi, do you know why this happened? I need to know. Everybody in my life needs to know. I told the story to everybody in my life. They need to know. There needs to be a conclusion. But yeah, it was like really uncomfortable. But like the daughter also did a dance that was also like really uncomfortable. It was to some like Chinese song. I guess like the director's like second favorite song or some shit. I don't fucking know. And it was just as good as her solo in 2018 / kind of neg. But like respectfully neg. From an objective point of view, as somebody who has done dance and specialized in the style of dance, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it how it is. And it's like, oh, I know that like she just didn't have anyone to it's not that she didn't have anyone to consult with, it's just that she chose not to consult with anybody, like out of pride. Yeah, Mandarin. Yes, I technically speak Mandarin. Please note that most of my Mandarin abilities are relegated to dance terms. Okay, here's the story on that. Do you guys want the story on that? on my ability, on my Mandarin speaking abilities? Whether you want it or not, here it comes. So as we all know, I am adopted by white parents. I have a white ass last name. But growing up, again, we talked about this. It's hard to find dance teachers in the US who specialize in Chinese dance enough to teach it. So I did have one dance teacher. She was great. She was pog. She was awesome. She spoke English. She moved to California. So when I was in 3rd grade, we got this new dance teacher. And purely spoke Mandarin, assumed everybody else in the room also spoke Mandarin, which is kind of like a fair assumption because most of the people there were like from like families who clearly spoke Mandarin at home. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it was a fair assumption for her to make. And I remember coming home from that class. I remember the exact spot in the house where I came home and I just started crying. I was like, it was such an awful class. I didn't know. I knew how to count, and I knew I knew how to count, and that's it. That was like maybe, at that time, I thought that was maybe one of the most like honestly, for like a 9-year-old, that was actually a pretty upsetting experience, if I'm being real. So like, and you know, like I wasn't the only adopted kid I wasn't the only adopted kid in that class adopted by white parents who didn't speak Mandarin. There also turns out some people who reasonably didn't speak Mandarin at home. They didn't speak Mandarin. They were like they were half. I think some of the thing, I think the situation for this one person was that they were half, like their dad was white, mom was Chinese, and they didn't speak Mandarin at home. Hold on. I speak Cantonese as first language, so it kind of killed my soul, and I'm actively curious what kind of Cantonese song that quote dance teacher was trying to get the boy to sing. It wasn't a dance teacher. It was the director's daughter. I can't ask though. I can't ask. I'm technically not supposed to be in the state, according to, and that's for my own safety. I'm kind of kidding. But so like, you know, some of the parents talked to because like the thing is like I remember none of the girls translating. The girls who understood Mandarin, like no one translated. So like we were just like lost and confused and just like didn't know what was happening. And I remember so eventually some of the parents like talked to like the school director, different school, different director, and they're like, "Hi, our kids don't speak Mandarin. Is there a solution that we can rectify the situation with?" Obviously, so that teacher, I love that teacher. I ended up sticking with that teacher until I graduated high school. I think she's retired now, and you know what, pop off, girl. She is the most in shape person I've ever met, and that is like, and like when as I grow old, that is her level of fitness and grace is what I aspire to be, to put it nicely. But you know, like at first, like, she didn't speak any English, and so she just didn't know that there were people in the class that didn't speak Mandarin or didn't understand Mandarin. And so she ended up, she's like apparently supposedly felt like pretty bad about this. So there was a solution of like, okay, like you know, so some of the girls in the class will simply have to translate, and that's kind of how I live my life from like age 9 to 18, with some exceptions. As I continued to do dance with this teacher, you know, like you do pick up part of the language. You're not gonna be able to have a conversation about shit, but like, you know, you will be able, like, people didn't need to translate as much. People like translated more to, like, oh, like she said that I need to do this like this thing, right? And they're like, yeah, basically. Or like she would like yell at, like be like, hey, like DX, like what are you doing? Do this, like pop out your chest more. And then like I not fully understanding what she was saying, but like understanding dance enough to like kind of know what she was saying, I would do like I look back at practice videos and it's so funny because like she's like there's this one dance practice video from when I was like in 10th grade, and she's like, hey DX, like pop out your chest more. What are you doing? Why are you like sagged in like that? So I, in response, immediately pop out my chest. No one is like translating for me. I know I don't speak enough to fully understand what she's saying, and it's so funny because it looks like I understand, and I think that's like, I was very proud of like my ability to kind of like, of like the human ability to like kind of adapt that way. I eventually I figured I learned enough to be able to communicate. Hey, I'm confused. What comes after? Like in the choreography, what happens after this thing, right? Like I was able to communicate that enough, and it was great. It was great. I eventually was able to take like solo lessons from her. No translator there. It was a little bit awkward at first because obviously neither of us spoke the other language like perfectly well. Like obviously since like what 2009 or whatever, 2008, 2009. That dance teacher has learned more English than like -5, but like still like to be able to communicate, you know what I mean? Like still Mandarin. So I go off to university and I'm like, you know what? Fuck. And the thing is like at that point in time, I had taken Mandarin lessons, but like I don't know. I think there's something about Mandarin lessons that, or just like lessons in general. They kind of like teach you vocabulary Or like I never got to the point where I was actually learning how to like word sentences. I was just kind of like learning like vocabulary. Like it was like kind of shitty now that I have graduated with like a degree in linguistics. Like I don't know. Or like another thing, right? Mandarin is a tonal language. We should. I feel like pretty basic knowledge, right? I had taken quite a few Mandarin lessons at this point. I was never advanced enough to like know, to like not be in the beginner class, but like I knew enough to be able to skip the okay. Here's what pinyin is. Okay, here's like what like. Here are the tones. Here's how to make the sounds. You know, like I was like past that point. I knew how to make the sounds. I just needed to learn how to communicate. Like whatever, right? So like once I was in university, I was like, it's fucking time. Like I'm gonna take I'm a linguistics major. I need to take 2 language classes. I don't know a lick of Spanish, and to be able to get credits in Spanish, I need to take the 400 class, which is gonna take me a hot minute. I'm going to do it in Korean and Chinese. It was a Chinese class, whatever. So I did. And now I can kind of speak. Like I can understand. Like I can understand and kind of follow conversation. I don't think because I don't really have anyone to practice with. Like I can't really like speak it well per se anymore. That is, unless you get some alcohol in me, in which case, as I proceed in my drunkenness, I will start speaking exclusively Mandarin and then Korean. Right, teaching meanings of 4 words and 2 strings, word strings and their meanings. It was just more like, hey, did you know that Mandarin's a tonal language? So, like, the letters, the pinyin for a horse, if you say it wrong, you could be talking about something else, like again, we never really stuck with it. That's the thing. We never really stuck it with it. But like that would be it for like weeks on weeks on weeks on end. So like, and I think that was kind of part of like the reason I didn't really want to stick with it, because I was understimulated. I learned my colors eventually. I remember, and the thing is, like, with the lessons that I took as a kid, when they were like, "Hey, we're just gonna sing, we're gonna make sounds, and you're gonna just kind of copy them," like more like how like people actually kind of learn language, I guess, like language acquisition as opposed to like language learning, different. Like when I was like a kid. So I remember like like learning my numbers, learning how to count, learning what else did I learn when I was a kid? Oh, the thing is, this wasn't an American education thing. The education like system thing. This was like a community, like the Chinese community. This is how like, you know what I mean? Like it was like a thing that you did like it was like a volunteer. I think we paid for it, but it wasn't like a government funded thing. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like something that you would learn, like, it wasn't like a school thing. It was like, it would be like, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it was interesting. Actually, no, we're leaving. But yeah, so like once I finally learned, so I actually learned Korean and then Mandarin. But man, was it like, and the thing is, like, I made some great friends in that Mandarin class. Like, we would like, I remember we would go out to like the local coffee shop after class and talk shit about some of the other people in our class. And by talk shit about some of the other people in our class, it was like one person that was just like a really annoying first year. Like, I don't know. I will say there were definitely some like interesting characters that like would take. I don't know. There were definitely interesting characters. There were some interesting characters. Hold on. Nah. Like, I remember there was like one dude who like he explicitly took Mandarin like one semester after like dunking. Okay, like do we all know the stereotype of like STEM students / neg? My experience with STEM students / neg is that they believe that their shit is the hardest shit ever. Oh, you can't complain because your major is so easy, right? And the thing is, things are like, I think there can be an argument made, oh, like some things are harder than others, but like the way that argument was being applied, I don't think was like, it was like, oh, like basic, it would be like math, and they're like, oh, like my thing is so much harder than your thing. All you have to do is write fucking like papers and shit. Meanwhile, they can't like write a paper to save their life, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like they can't like write like 2 coherent sentences to save their life. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, oh wow, look at them, they're stupid. It's more just like, listen, some people might find writing papers quite easy. Yeah, the one guy who won up, who's like, oh, like your thing is so hard, or actually my thing is harder, and here's why. It's just because like, I don't know, it's like it's just not like, you know what I mean? Because like I remember being like, oh, like if you think my major is so easy, you know, why don't you take like like the intro to Ling class for the social sciences credit, you know, like, and they're like, no, that's actually really hard, like I couldn't possibly do that. And then I'm like, okay, then stop fucking dunking on like my major. Stop acting like my thing is so much easier than your thing, because you just told me to your face that you couldn't do it to save your life, that you actively are choosing not to do it. Whatever. But yeah, I remember, so there's this one guy who was like, I feel like in hindsight now as an adult, far removed away from that junior, I'm never gonna discuss. Yeah. Because like I remember like a lot of my friends who would like even like start to like say that, and I'm like, watch your goddamn tone. I remember that I took math for fun. Remember that I took math for fun, and I didn't put a pass fail on it. Remember that I did this, that I did your required courses for fun, for my fun course. You remember that? And that would shut up a lot of people quite quickly. They're like, actually, no, you're right. And I'm like, listen, you can say that your thing is hard, but the second that you say my thing is harder than your thing, or my thing is more difficult, objectively speaking, than your thing, that's when I start drawing the line. Like, I think we can all bitch and moan about how we find our own thing difficult. Like, bitch and moan all you want. Literally, like go for it. I think it's the second that we start comparing apples and oranges, it's like, okay, hold on, pause, because what you were actually saying is actually putting down a lot of people who do a lot of hard work. And I've read your papers before. It was not an easy read. It was not a comprehensible read. And I'm not doing that to dunk on you. I'm just telling you that your writing skills are simply not as strong because you don't have to exercise that writing skill often. I don't know, man. I have thoughts and opinions. And like, listen, like I'm a software developer. I'm a software developer by my career, you know? Like, I don't know. What am I doing? Right, okay. No, I don't. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. My ass does not know. There we go. Okay, I understand. To the mines we go. But yeah, no, it was just like, I don't know, man. This roommate does yearn for the mines. That's correct. But yeah, so I remember there was like some like, just to prime you guys, this was the guy who ended up taking this Mandarin class our first year. And like, I guess God bless his heart, but like, I just remember he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this so I could flirt with like it was like really gross. It was like, oh, like he's like, he didn't say the quiet part out loud, but like all of our friends kind of knew that he was doing this so that he can like try to get with girls easier to say." It was very uncomfortable. Yeah, it was very gross. And you know what? I guess to his credit, he was going through a hard time first year. But like, it was still very gross. I was very uncomfortable by it because he was like, I remember at one point he was like, "Hi, you're Asian. I'm into you." And I was like, okay, well, like, respectfully, thank you for telling me. I do not reciprocate those feelings. And then he like, he was also going through stuff, but like that did send him into like a spiral that I had to clean up, that he forced me to clean up rather. And I was just like, I am gonna choose respectfully to not really be friends with you. Yeah, because I remember, like, okay, listen, this is also, like, bro was just nosy as fuck, also, in, like, an annoying way. I did a summer in Korea, and, like, I was, like, having, like, I was, like, at the end stages of, like, of my relationship with my then boyfriend, and unrelated, while I was in Korea, I was living in a house with, a house that I did not get to choose who my housemates were. My ass didn't get to choose any of this. It ended up working out really well because I gelled really well with those people in that house. There we go. Forest sword, let's go. Anyways, I remember being like, I remember like having this fight with like my boyfriend at the time. And like the thing is, this dude was unfortunate like in the friend group, but like, you know, I had since like made the choice to like not really be close with this dude, and you know, that's my right, my prerogative. And I remember just being like, you know what? Like, I'm just not gonna. Oh yes. Let's see. Oh, huge improvement! Look at that damage. Let's go. Oh man. Watch this. Boom. Oh, huge damage. Okay, sorry guys. But yeah, I remember being like I was like close with one of my housemates who happened to be a guy. The only reason why we got really close on that Korea trip was because like we went into the program like literally knowing nobody. So we were like, hey, we know nobody. And we're also forced to live with each other for these next 6 weeks. What if we didn't hate each other? So we were just like, you know, like, I don't know, like good friends. We had like a good like sibling dynamic, I would say. And like, I remember like, you know, like my boyfriend was insecure about that. And like, you know, like, this is like, whatever. It's a relationship problem between me and my boyfriend, right? It wasn't, I want to put it out there. I did not cheat. There was no emotional cheating. There was nothing happening. The insecurity just came from the fact that I was living with someone who happens to be a dude who is around our age. Like, whatever, right? And, And in comes this dude. This dude that I've chosen to not talk about any of this with this dude with whom I wouldn't. We are in a wider friend group, but I am not friends with. He comes up to me. I'm minding my own goddamn business. I'm like eating lunch. You know, I'm eating lunch. I have my headphones in. I'm like working on homework, whatever the fuck, right? He comes up to me and goes, "How dare you?" And I'm like, "I beg your finest pardon. Like, excuse me, hello? Like, yeah, like, hi, hello to you too. Like, what do you want? Like, what are you talking about?" He's like, "How dare you?" And I'm like, again, how dare I? What? What exactly? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about, my guy. He's like, "You lived with a dude in Korea," and I'm like, okay. One, as I explained to my boyfriend, I lived with him. Neither of us had a choice in this. Two, even if I were unfaithful, even if, you know, like something did happen, it's still not your goddamn business. Stay, like, butt the fuck out. Stay in your own goddamn lane. And he was like, "I'm just looking out for my friend," and I'm like, I remember telling him straightforward, like I don't care. Stay out of it, because like you're in my business, and you have no place in my business. He was very dramatic. He was very dramatic. There were some also like other situations that played out first year that I'm like, I don't like how that played out, and I especially don't like how you positioned yourself to be like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just a bystander. I was defending whatever situation, you know, like whatever, you know, like positioning himself like as a good guy, and I'm like, my guy, like just like own up to the fact that you were also trash talking. Like, I'm sorry, like just stop it. If you guys don't know already, I have such a low tolerance for fake bullshit. Insect sword. Okay, goodbye, forest sword. We have done our job. Huge upgrade. Even bigger upgrade than before. But yeah, I do feel bad for him. He did go through he would eventually go through some stuff later with his first girlfriends. But like, yeah, it was interesting. I don't know, man. Personally, I'm not a fan. Whatever, we won't talk about it. Like, I look back at these stories because they're a little bit funny in some ways because it's a little bit cringy. But like, I don't know. And the thing is that like, listen, I think we've all had quite the experiences. I just have the unfortunate ability to just remember. Can I find the ladder, please? And sadly, I remember in great detail. Huge rip for me. Huge rip for me when like bad stuff happens. But yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what even got me like on this, like on complaining about like this dude that from like university. I don't know. I think I do feel bad for him. Like I do like whenever I think back to it, I'm always like, man, like I do want to like watch myself because like I do feel bad for like the dude. Or like I feel bad for him now. Like I've grown and changed since I was like in university, and I can look back and say, were my judgments unfair of him, or like no, I think I'm valid to have my thoughts and opinions about this dude who kind of like was like, I think like I'm allowed to have like the thoughts and opinions I have about this like guy who's like was not a very good like friend, if we even dare use that word for this human being. But like, I'm also allowed to say, yo, I think I could also recognize that, you know, he had shit. Actually, no, the rubber boots are kind of ass. Never mind. Boop. But you know, I also have the maturity to say, okay, like, the bro was also clearly, apparently, going through their own stuff. Like, and that can at least give us insight into like why this person like behaved the way that they did or chose the words that they did. That being said, I really don't have the insight for like why for some of their actions, but you know what? I'm mature enough to say I'm mature enough to, I guess, like be okay with that. But yeah. Oh, we are lugging around the sword for no reason then, huh? Okay, hear me out. The goal is kind of just like again, we're kind of just speed running the mines. Oh, these are ready to be harvested. Let's go pop off, actually. Okay, that's 3. That's 3 goldens. Let's go pop off. Where's my hoe? Yeah, also true. Okay, hold on. There we go. I think we're gonna need more. We need 2 more golden parsnips. Just 2 more. 2. I guess we're gonna wait around till 9 a.m. as it were. But yeah, I don't know. The thing is that like, so I was just thinking about like whatever, like the other day, and then all of a sudden, like the memory, like apparently, like for at least like a year or two, for at least 1 year, I completely blocked this human out of my memory. I just didn't think about them. I minded my own goddamn business. And then I was like in the shower, probably, let's be so fucking for real. And like the memories of this human being rushed back to me, and I was like, God damn it! Can I go back? Can I go back to 5 minutes where I didn't remember? But yeah, I don't know. I think it's funny that you can like go through stuff like that, where you can like have it like just like experiences, generally speaking, with somebody, and then just like totally forget. And I know that's like a regular occurrence, and it happens to all of us. But I don't know. I think for me, it's just like, I don't know. At least for me, for sure. Like I remember stuff so vividly, so strongly. Sometimes it feels genuinely like yesterday. So like when I forget something, then I remember something again with all of the vividness that I remembered it in like the first place. Was like, I was like, wow, this is the average experience. And you know the really upsetting thing is, in my memory, there are reserved 2 things, just 2 things. 1, all the Pokemon that exist. 2, 2, like interpersonal interactions. So here I am, standing before you. Exotic? Yes. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, 9:30, pop off, let's go. Oh, I need to bring a quartz to the community center, and I keep on forgetting. It's Tuesday, thank God. I'm like, I swear to God, if it's like Wednesday, if it's I'm gonna let this cutscene play out. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Okay, so I forgot that you have to click the button. I forgot you had to click the button. My bad, guys. I thought it was just gonna play. I was wrong. I was wrong. At least I stood up and I was like able to clear some of like my congestion, which is nice. All right. I will say though, when I was like learning Mandarin, it was like a lot easier than learning Korean. Korean was really hard. I don't know why. The people in this town are not loyal. Well, the people in this town just need a good deal, and I don't blame them per se. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, Korean was really hard, man. Korean was hard. And I mean, part of it was that, like, you know, like, I had been exposed to Mandarin for, like, hours on end every week. By virtue of, like, being in, like, the dance studio, or, like, by virtue of, like, being just simply a student of my dance teacher. You know, it makes sense, right? But, like, oh my god. Because I remember everyone would be like, oh yeah, Mandarin is so hard. Mandarin's so hard. The Korean's so much easier. Like do Korean first. And I'm being like, okay. No, Korean was so fucking hard. Korean was so hard. And I'm not saying Korean is hard and impossible. I'm like relatively speaking, Korean was really rough on me. Like God, I don't know how. And like, I don't know how much of that is like, oh, I learned Korean and then I learned Chinese and then I learned Mandarin, and then learning Mandarin was a lot easier because I was able to piggyback off of some Korean knowledge. Not a lot, but enough for me to like piggyback. I don't know. But I do remember my Korean teacher. Okay, so we go to Korea. It was great. My Korean is in the best shape that it will ever be in. We get home, and the professor that was going to teach us, medical leave, is taking the semester off. So we get stuck with this other Kyosunim, and I just remember her. Oh man, she definitely thought that our Korean was better than it actually is, and the disappointment on her face when she realized actually that we were kind of shit at Korean. The disappointment on her face, because she was kind of hard on us in the first semester, and then we like disappointed her so much and lowered her expectations, that like she later was like went easier on us in the second semester. It was so sad. It was so sad. But yeah, I don't know. Hold on, can I please? Didn't know where that guy was. Did not know. Could not see. This was like me playing Fortnite Tuesday. I simply just could not see. In the dark, stumbling. It was like she was so disappointed, because especially this like the Korean at my school only went up to like 300, so technically that was like the highest level of Korean at the school, and it was just like, oh no, like you people should not be here. You have the credit for 200, and there's kind of like no other step, but you guys should not be here. Turn your brightness, yeah. Oh no, yeah, you can. And the thing is, like, the problem is that this is just how this part of the mines are. Like, you can turn your screen to max brightness; it's not going to change much. Come on, our luck is supposed to be good. What is this? Oh, okay. My friend did tell me a strat about how to do about how to handle this part of the mine, so I think I will do that next time such opportunity allows. But such opportunity has not arisen yet. We are literally trying to descend the mines as quickly as possible because this is maybe, I think, objectively speaking, the worst part of the mines. I have not talked to one person who plays Stardew Valley who enjoys this section of the mines. Not one person. Like, it's so fucking ass. No, stop. Boom. My bad. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, please. I just want to get to the ice levels, man. I simply just want to get to the ice levels. Come on. If you said that you enjoy these levels, I mean, honestly, pop off. But like, you're the only person that I have met who has said so. I hate this level. I hate these levels. I hate these levels. Come on. Could I please? Where's the goddamn ladder? Okay, my bad. Apparently we found the two people on Earth who enjoy these levels. I'm kidding. No, that makes sense. If you enjoy Terraria, I think you would. That makes sense that you would enjoy this level. These levels. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Who would know? Okay, here's the strat. You guys are ready for the strat? This is the strat. This is the strat. Oh man, come on. I'm sorry. I know I've been yapping a lot, generally speaking, for the past 2 hours. Right now, I want to get out of the section of the mines. That is like the goal. Come on. Come on. God, I have to start mining then. No, not mining in the mines. What if I didn't have to mine though? I don't have enough stone to make a staircase. Come on, we're so close. I think I'm just gonna push through. I'm gonna push through. It'll be fine. I'll be slow as fuck perhaps, but it'll be fine. Oh, come on. Eat berries though, you're so right. You're so right. I forgot that I could eat. I did pick these berries up for that explicit purpose. No, I just forget. I forget. I simply forget. Okay, we're good. We're pog. We're popping off. We're fine. We're good. We're chilling. Oh my god. I hate these levels. I hate these levels. Come on. Oh, come on. Boom. Oh my god. I feel like I should be talking and I should be entertaining. I'm just trying to be so locked in to get out of here. I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be. God, we're supposed to have good luck. We have been like unable to find the goddamn ladder. What is happening? What is happening? Guys, come on. I'm begging. Respectfully. Maybe even disrespectfully. Oh, our energy is depleting. Come on, I just want to get to level 35. I just want to get to level 35. I don't want to get to level 35, please. I can't even use the argument that I can't see shit. Because now I can. No, okay, but actually, what the fuck? I fucking hate it here. I hate it here. I want to go home. Ain't no way. I want to go home. We have $7 to our name. We have 7 gold to our name. We're so poor. Actually, no, that's actually... Okay, let me read it. That is actually very poetic, and if dare I even say, correct. Like, if Leo is gonna be doing these, like, insane pulls, they might as well be, like, canonically correct. Oh, wait, stop. I understand I have no mail. No mail, no bitches is poor. No, it really was. At some point, one of these days, we're gonna have to simply spend it deforesting. Okay, so what chests do we have to make? I want to make one in here for, like, rings and weapons and boots and shit that we're not going to be using. I want to make a dedicated mines chest. Okay. That's simply just going to be a deforestation. We're just deforesting. And we're kind of stuck, kind of, with this setup here. Okay. Sorry. Slowly trying to remember how to play the goddamn game. What am I doing? What am I doing? Here we go. Another day at the mines. I simply want to get out of the dark part. Oh god. I desperately love the ice section of the mines. Don't know why, but love it. Honestly, I think I do quite enjoy the hard variant of the mines. I'll be real. But I think my favorite low-key though is oh god, what is it? The Skull Cavern Trials. I don't know. It's very fun for me. Like the gaming that's involved in making the proper decisions for the Skull Cavern, for a good Skull Cavern dive is so satisfying to me. All right, back to the mines we go, boys. Back we go. Anyways, isn't it kind of wild that it's Thursday/Friday? I know it's kind of like a lame thing to start on, but like, I don't know. It feels like just a week ago I was telling you guys way too early that I was going out of town for like a week, and then like, and now I'm going out of town like next week. And you know what the really sad thing about it? I'm not sad that my sister is walking at graduation, nor am I sad to go see my really close friend graduate. I'm sad that that like a content creation thing that has been lined up is just not going to be working with my schedule. I'm like, oh, that's such unfortunate timing. There's nothing I can do about that. But R.I.P. It's okay though. I will not tell you guys what exactly that thing is yet. I'm actually going to see if I can participate, but I will not be able to stream it though, sadly. I will not be able to stream that thing. It'll be so sad. But you know what? I will probably direct you guys to somebody else who is streaming. And you guys will see me, perhaps. But you will not see me here, sadly. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But I'm actually so excited to be going down to this graduation. Not because of, like, I'm actually really excited to go to this graduation. Simply because, well, the one I'm leaving for in a weekend. I'm really excited for that one. I'm excited for both of them. Honestly, I get to see I get to bother my sister. I'm really excited to bother my sister in her territory. Oh, odd. Okay, so we have yet again come across the. I hate this. We're leaving. I think I will take this copper. I'm leaving. Boom. Boom. But no, I'm quite excited. I told long story, but okay, so actually let me, you guys know, I think you guys, if anyone who was around in January, I did a couple of Minecraft streams with an IRL friend. She doesn't stream a lot now these days, simply because school and now graduation. But I'm hoping she's picking it back up again. I think she wants to. I don't know what her plans are exactly. But yeah, it's Oddberry. She streamed a lot of TF2 content. But so yeah, so she's graduating, and technically she was supposed to be in the year 2 years below me, so she was supposed to graduate last year, but she ended up taking a gap year for personal reasons, and honestly I think that was the smart move for her. And so now she's graduating with the class that I knew when they were first years, and that was the 4th year. And I messaged one of the kids that was really I call them the kids, I call them the kids, but I messaged one of the kids and I was like, "Hi, I'm coming for graduation. I can't believe you're graduating. It's only yesterday. You were just our silly little first year buddy, And I don't know. Sometimes I think I especially with the Cinder drama that happened last weekend. I think this is definitely a moral of the story is simply be nice to people, because you just don't know what your effect is going to be on other people. I didn't realize until I was graduating that apparently we had me and my other 4th year friends had a profound profound enough effect on this first year for her to be really emotional to see us graduate. And I don't think we were doing anything out of the norm. We just weren't being objective assholes. If we were going to get food after practice, we would invite her. Not because we were friends, but simply because, not necessarily because we were super close friends or anything. It was just it's she was nice, and it's rude to make plans in front of somebody and then not invite them. I don't know. Just what if we were all nice to people? Concepts. Yeah, it would be shitty. And believe it or not, I remember I had a friend in university. I remember this is one of my first interactions with her, and it was so fucking sad, because she had suite mates who would actively make plans in front of her, and then just not invite her. It was so fucked up. So I remember what happened was that she was walking to, we were all getting food or boba or some shit after practice, and she was walking to the car with us, because it was since we were all there together at the same time making our plans to making plans together equally to go get boba. It was it's socially implied that everybody who is there actively making the plans is going to be is involved in said plan. You know what I mean? So she walked with us to the car, and then she just didn't get into the car, and we were "Hey, get in the car. What are you doing?" And she was "I'm invited," and we were I thought that was implied. Like, of course you're invited. We're not gonna like make plans in front of you and then just like not invite you. And then like we're not gonna like let you walk to the car with us and then say, actually, no, you're not coming with us. Like what the hell? Like you good? Like you good, girl? And she was like, oh well, I mean, like that's just what my roommates do. Like my roommates, you know, like they would just like make plans and shit, and then they just like let me walk to the car with them, or like to like wait for the Uber with them. But like I'm like hold on. But I'm explicitly like told like, you know, like I'm not invited, you know, like that I'm not going with them, or that like I'll see them after their plans or some shit. And I'm like, we're like, and she was like a first year when this was happening, so she kind of had, and she just had shitty roommates, and we were all like, girl, dump your roommates. I know. I like that is some like middle school ass like you have to go out of your way to do that too, which is like kind of wild and insane to me. Like, what if you just either if you didn't want this person to come along, like here's a like just don't make plans in front of this person. B, suck it up and invite this person if you're gonna like make plans in front of this person. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that's really hard for you. I don't know. The moral of the story is simply be nice. And I know kind of rich coming from me, considering that I will bitch, moan, and complain about the coworker that I hate. But you know what? You know what I'm not doing though? I'm not making plans with everybody in the room and then saying you're actually not invited. Like, listen, it's a coworker. You don't have to be friends with a coworker. You don't have to be like best friends with your roommate. Just, I would say like don't be an objective asshole like to their face. Like that's like a great place to start out. Perhaps even. Okay, perfect. We're gonna drop by. Yeah, exactly. It was so fucking sad. It was so sad. Just like I thought, because she was just like standing next to the car, and then she like stepped away from the car, and we're like, girl, where are you going? It was so sad, guys. Like, and we were like, you know, like we were just sitting in the car that wasn't turned on yet, waiting for her to like get into the car. You know, somebody was already sitting in the middle seat. But yeah, unfortunately, I do not believe I will be seeing this person at graduation. Mostly because I know that they are 5,000% living in Japan right now. Hold on, how many bat wings do I need? Because we will be farming that shit. The mess up thing is the way they conditioned her into just accepting that as a norm, which makes you think about how often they did it to her. Exactly. And the thing is that like, if you think about how much time had passed by that point, it is so sad, but it makes sense because this was like towards the like beginning of the second half of the spring semester. So she had lived like with the people that she lived with, treating her like this for a semester and a half. And I will say, her roommate, great. Her suite mates were like the ones that were like pulling this bullshit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just what if we were all respectful of each other? Concept. Oh, we desperately need that other chest. I think tomorrow we are chopping down trees. Did the roommate not stick up for her? No, if I recall the story correctly, they were like worse to the other roommate.
like, let's put it nicely. They were kind of, oh, hello, crop fairy? Yeah. But yeah, no, if I recall correctly, let's put it this way. They were nice to my friend's face, but I think they were kind of asses to my friend's roommate's face. I think that's like maybe the best way to describe it. Oh, where's my watering can? But man, makes sense. Hold on. Makes sense. They were a group of friends just being shitty people together. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, luckily, my friend and her roommate never had a room with them ever again. However, like that's definitely, especially since that year was like the 2020-2021 school year, so things are still pretty COVID-y. Like it's just unfortunate. Like those were kind of like the only people that my friend knew for the majority of the year, simply because like, you know, socializing just was not a thing. I don't know. It's just so sad. It's so sad when you think about it like that. Moral of the story: don't be an asshole to people openly. If you're gonna bitch and moan about people, bitch and moan about it to like people who like will not like say shit. Like I will bitch and moan about anything to my sister, and she will not say shit, mostly because she doesn't know who I'm talking about. She has no connections to the people I'm talking about. But even if she did, she still would not be saying a peep. That's fine. We don't need to buy another one. Also, we don't have enough money to buy it. We're just poor. We're simply poor. We have no money. Let's go deforest a little bit. Let's do some healthy deforestation. I do hate these baby trees, though. These baby trees do make me compelled to knock them down. Okay, how much? Okay, I think we're gonna try to get to the end of this week. And then we're probably gonna end stream simply because I can feel myself just getting more and more and more congested. It's not a cute look. I said it once, I'll say it again. I hate being congested, guys. God, I think knowing that I have the honey butter chips is not helping me. Boom. Yippee. Huge. We just need a lot of wood, I feel. Because I did have like spicy food for lunch today. I did have spicy food for lunch today. But it didn't really help. I think what really fucked me up was like my attempted nap with like no breathing medicine. By breathing medicine, I mean like my nose drops. Like my nose drops are like, oh, like don't take like more than 2 doses, like more than 2 doses in like X amount of time. And I'm like, I don't want to do the math to figure out when that means I could take like doses of the medicine. So I'm just gonna like suffer through most of the day. And the thing is, like, it's fine because I'm able to like. Well, usually when I'm going into the office, like the office desk I have, happens to be a standing desk, so I can stand and kind of clear the congestion that way. But I don't know. I think it was like when I was like lying down, it was real rough. Oh man, we're gonna need. Oh, we do have food here. We have food here. We're just gonna spam this as quickly as possible. Boom. Does it make falling asleep rough? No, because I take my nose drops, so I'm like able to mitigate it that way. But like, if I try to raw dog sleeping, like it right now, it is rough. It's rough and difficult, and I hate it. And the wise words of Mito_art. Why do cute people have to suffer? I'm kind of kidding. I know. I hope she's doing okay. I know that she had like bronchitis and she has like a nasty ass cough. And like she was like live, I think yesterday. Just to test if she could like talk or not, like without like coughing excessively. I don't know. We're all getting sick out here. I think our next money goal is to upgrade the pickaxe. Our next money goal is to upgrade the pickaxe. So that means I think that we are going to be fishing low-key for the rest of the week. Just chill. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm exhausted now. I guess I will do my do the farming now. Not the farming, the chest organization. I don't think you missed a story. I was just complaining about being congested. I think I was just complaining. I was just complaining about being congested. And then I was quoting Mito and talking about, I know Mito's been dealing with like, she was live yesterday, I think, and it was basically just like a test stream to see if she like can talk without like coughing excessively, because like yeah, so like I'm like I don't know when we're gonna be picking up a split fiction again once she is better, and ideally when I'm better. I'm assuming that when she is better, that she is also gonna be okay. Also, I hope thank you, Entity. I hope Mito gets better soon. I think what she has is objectively nastier than what I have. I think what I have is an inconvenience. I think what she has is nasty. And I'll like die by those words. Okay, we're gonna put. Sorry, guys. I'm simply exhausted. We're gonna make another chest actually. Okay, moving this. You. No, we do want the wood to stay, but I guess it's fine. Okay. No, so I am now exhausted, so it does not matter if I eat food. It doesn't matter if I eat food. We're gonna be walking slow for the rest of the day, which is why we're just doing simple menial tasks. Okay, we're gonna put this chest right here. This is our general foraging chest. Foraging and etc. chest. It's kind of like usually how I go about this. Oh, that's cave. I love how we started. Yeah, and it sucks. It's also, it's like we're at the beginning of the game. It'd be like that, but you know, it is absolutely kind of rough. We're just so fucking slow right now. Play the game. It's like they just came from an office. I know. Imagine that. You know, that's actually insane that like that they would Well, what am I doing? What did I just put in there? That's no. I guess the world will never know. But yeah, no. It's almost like that's their character lore or something. I don't know, kind of wild like that. God, we're so slow. I'm sorry, guys. Here, can we do this? Yeah, I know we're exhausted. Let me walk. Let me be. Okay, and then we just drop off everything that we don't need here. Yippee, we're good. Oh my god, we're so slow. We're gonna check the TV real quick and then we're just gonna go to sleep. We're gonna go to sleep early. Oh my god, never punished. Never punished. So I believe normally, if we're exhausted, we would get hit with an energy reduction the next day. But since we leveled up, since we leveled up our farming, it's fine. Like we're gonna get 100% energy back. So honestly, if there was a day to overwork ourselves, today was clearly that day. Oh god, we desperately need money. We are so poor, guys. Planned. It's almost like it was planned. I'm kidding. It was actually just a happy coincidence. Guys, we need two more golden. Oh yeah, no, we need 2 more golden parsnips. And I hope we can get them before the end of spring. Listen, this is just how I play games, okay? This is just how I play games. Because the thing is that like it's just really annoying. It's simply really like I wouldn't say that I min-maxed the first year per se, but like I definitely do try to make goals towards the really annoying towards the oh that was not happening for a hot minute. My bad. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I find the I like knocking out the really annoying. Like I hate farming in Stardew. Like I think farming is maybe like my least favorite thing to do in Stardew. Yeah, I think farming is my least favorite mechanic in Stardew, low key. I hate the farming, but I like the rest of the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do hate the farming. So I try to get like all the farming shit, like all the farming like stuff we absolutely need to get done, get out of the way. I try to get that done as quickly as possible because I don't enjoy it. And why spend why spend so much time doing something that you hate? Why are you freaking out? We know. Hold on. Can I do you? No. Okay, I have to be over here then. Waiting. There we go. Hold on. I do see the chat. I just don't want to miss this fish because we do have such low energy. Or so we don't have a lot of max energy. Come on, fish. I play with 2 others. One does building stuff, one does fishing and mining, and I farm. It all works out. Yeah, I have a farm with my uni roommate, and we And we hate the part of the game that the other one loves. It does work out quite well. Yeah. You can have like you have multiple people on one farm now. It's real nice. Yeah. Come on. Honestly. Oh, the last time you played needed a mod for it? Damn. Yeah, I really don't know what the max number is. I would say that this year's the first time I've been like playing a lot of, or like this year and kind of last year was like the first time that I've been like really able to play with people like with games with people like online and shit. Obviously growing up I did a lot of dance. I didn't really have a lot of time to play games growing up. And like like I mean I played Nintendo DS with my sister and stuff, but like it's a little bit different. Like as I got older, I was able to understand how to play games better. I missed that one, huh? Come on. There we go. Oh no, okay. I was like, oh no, is it a cough or is it a yawn? But yeah, so like, I don't know. I never played a lot of multiplayer games before until like this year, last year, until I really started streaming, I guess, which kind of makes sense. But I don't know. My friends just weren't really into the same games I was / weren't into gaming generally speaking. It'd be like that. We wait. I mean, you guys do know that Big Chad Guys is the mod pack that I use a lot is actually technically a lot of it takes inspiration from Stardew Valley. Like all like the farming mechanics take inspiration from Stardew. I just never touch it on stream and I never touch it off stream. Yeah. Like for one, right, there are seasons. For two, there are crops that are like that grow explicitly or I think maybe optimized in each season. I don't remember what the mechanic is. I just see. Yeah, I do. I play. I play. I play my Big Chad Guys explicitly for the Cobble mod. That's not true. I play it for the other mods too, but like I just don't touch farming. What can I say? Nice. I mostly play vanilla. That's fair. I think for me, like modded was always something that I wanted to try. And then I figured out how to do it like in December. So I did. And now I'm just having fun playing around with mods and shit. I become a dwarf and just live in the underground the whole game. Fair. Okay, guys. I have a question for you guys. Next week. I am going to play some Minecraft. And okay, let's put it this way. A Minecraft thing is being prepared in the wings. But that means that my ass is gonna have to make a goddamn base. Would you guys be interested in a Minecraft stream? Because I could do this off stream equally as much. I want to do stuff that like y'all are interested in, but that I'm also interested in. Would you guys be interested in me being like, in me playing around with various base ideas on stream? For the trauma, I mean yapping. Listen, I don't think the stuff that I'm sharing on stream is necessary is traumatic. I think, at least the way I see it in my experience, they're kind of just like a little bit. They're either funny anecdotes or it's like, wow, I don't know, I kind of hate this person, and then that kind of like goes off into something else. You're so right. Do I need it? I don't think. Okay, of like my stories, I don't think I have a story that exactly rivals the cringe levels of the serenading, if you will. Oh, you mean fall damage? Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm now realizing that when things get dry, I do in fact have stories to tell you. I kind of forget about them. I'll be real sometimes. Or like, I forget that I'm like allowed to tell these stories that I experienced. Rather. Oh, okay. This is probably our last fish that we're gonna catch for today then. Oh, a perfect catch. Let's just go foraging for the rest of the day. You know how it is. Did we fix this bridge? No. Let's go. We gotta go. Okay. It is. Listen, it will be modded. It's just gonna be significantly lighter mods. I.e., we're not gonna figure out how like the trains work in Big Chad, guys. I don't romance. I don't romance year one. I am too focused on like. I don't focus on talking to the other townspeople until like around year 2. Is that bad? Listen, I like going to the mines. I like minding my own goddamn business. I do my own thing. Actually, I think Clint's is already closed. Okay. Listen, I mind my own business. I'm like a cat. I approach people on my own goddamn terms. I approach people when I feel like I want to, when I feel comfortable. So, like, for example, if you see me in other voice chats, this is usually what happens in Discords and, like, communities that are not my own. But if you see me in, like, voice chats, and then, like, I'm yapping a lot with, like, somebody, and then, like, somebody new joins in, and, like, I may be familiar with them through, like, chat or whatever, right? They're like a frequent chatter or whatever. So they come into like the Discord like voice channel, and then I start to like stop talking. Listen, it's not because I hate you. It's not because I actively dislike you. I'm just a little bit shy when it comes to me being off stream and having to talk to people. Be right back. All right, Bach, you take your time. Like, today we were watching Leo pull Pokemon cards, and then it was like, you know, people I was pretty familiar with, Leo, Entity, Inkly. I was also technically working, but you know what I mean. That's not like super important, I would say. And then like somebody else came to the voice call. And listen, it's not because and then I kind of stopped talking a lot, I would say, but I wasn't like yapping as much as I was previously or making comments as much. There was a long point in time where I was kind of like quiet. Now I know it sounded too. See, the thing is, I was not paying attention. I knew that you were talking about like, oh, there was a sound. I don't know what that sound was. I don't remember. I don't know. But yeah, so someone came to the voice chat and I kind of like stopped talking. But it's not because I disliked them. It's because Okay, thank you. I didn't want to say it. But I do agree, and I understand that this individual, has reportedly had a hard time picking up social cues. So like, I'm not gonna hold it. I'm gonna try my best to not hold it against them. But it was an off-putting first impression. Part of the reason why I was quiet, but most of the reason why I was quiet is because I was just like. Again, I like to observe, okay? I like to observe my own 2 eyes, in this case, my own 2 ears, the vibes. I like to observe the vibes. What happened? Situation in a different community that we are not going to drag in here. Okay, yeah, I think I was also picking up on some of the same things, but I'm not going to really get into it here. But it is comforting to know that some of like my initial reactions, my initial thoughts were not. I want to say the words unfounded, but one more. Okay. How long do turnips take? And the thing is, my ass, I know I'm judgmental. I know that I'm quick to judge. We got it, guys. Yippee! We don't have to worry about farming for the rest of spring. Huge, guys. What am I doing? Boom! No, same chest as earlier. Yeah, it's just a situation that was like that. It's simply a situation that was happening in another community that ST and I are both a member of. Screw my favorite part of the game. No, I mean, we'll come back to it. I just don't. Okay, Pally, how long does it take for one cauliflower seed to grow to maturity in Stardew? Because if it's enough time, then we will plant one more item. But we are kind of nearing the end of spring. We can't plant like hella stuff, I feel. Because if we are able to just like plant like one more cauliflower seed, then like I guess we'll just get the free money. You know what I mean? But if not, I don't know. 10 days. Okay, we don't have enough time. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time. Because we have 1 week left of. We have like 1 week left, so it's just not going to be enough time. I know, right? It's okay. Once summer comes, we are going to be grinding with the melons. Hold on, we're actually going to go back real quick. And then once year 2 comes around, like, don't worry, we will still be farming. I just like, we'll still be farming, but I get like a break from it. I get a little bit of a break from it. Okay, so the thing is, I was never a big watermelon fan like, as a kid growing up, and I think I'm still not. Couldn't tell you why though. That's like a thing. Yeah. I don't know. I just think like I think my family just was not a big melon family. So I just didn't eat it a lot growing up as a kid. And then, you know, like when you're a kid, you start to have opinions that are kind of like unfounded and kind of come out of nowhere. Like, I think at some point when I was a kid, I decided that I did not like watermelon. And then my parents were like, okay, well, you like other fruits, so we're not going to force feed you watermelon. You like other fruit, and we're not a huge watermelon family. And I think onions and mushrooms, that makes sense, right? Because as a kid, you have so much more taste buds than you do, like, when you, like, grow up. Quality. A boom. What? But, you know, that makes sense, because, like, onions and mushrooms definitely, they have a lot of flavor. Like, there's a reason why kids like eating, like, buttered pasta with no seasoning. It's just because they can taste more things than we can. So, like, when it comes to stuff like mushrooms and onions, it's like sensory overload, or like spicy almost, in the sense of like there's just too many spices happening in your mouth right now. It makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, I remember liking strawberries and waking up one day and then deciding that I didn't like strawberries anymore. I think another food related. Oh, damn, dropping the knowledge on me. I didn't know that. Yeah, fun facts. Fun facts, yeah. I remember for me, like when I was okay, here's another food related memory that I have. When I was like a kid, I remember my paternal grandfather was like watching like Westworld, and like I was kind of sitting in the room with him, not really understanding the movie or what was happening, and eating a carrot, and then something happened where I think I was conflating the plot of Waterworld or whatever. I don't know what the movie is called. I could probably look it up. I want to know what the name is called. Hold on. We'll catch this one fish and I'm going to look it up real quick. Because my ass needs to know. I'm so curious. I know I said Westworld, then I remembered that it was not, in fact, I misspoke, and it was in fact not Westworld. Okay, I was right. Okay, it is Waterworld. It was Waterworld. Listen. Waterworld and Westworld are very similar in name, in my opinion. But yeah, no, I remember it was something like the world is now just ocean. They're trying to find land, some shit. I don't know. And I think what happened was that there was like, and then there were like these like pirates trying to like find like land for themselves or something. I believe that's what the plot is, because I looked it up later. Because this like for some reason this is like a core memory for me. I was like in like first grade, so I was like what, like 6, 7, or less than 6, 7. So I was like pretty young, and I don't know. I think I might have conflated like the taste of salt water with the carrot, because I was like passively watching this movie. Again, not really understanding what was happening. Just that people were seawater salty, and then all of a sudden just being like, wow. I don't know. I should have just assumed, because there was like no courage involved, to remember clear. Listen, I don't know. I think the only reason why I remember it's Waterworld so clearly, because like I think for a really long time I did not remember what this movie was called, and then I know like I remember there like the first time I went to Universal Studios as a kid or something. I wasn't a kid. I was like a teenager or something like that. I don't know how old I was, but they have like I don't know if they still have it now, but back then they had like a Waterworld live show, and they kind of explained the plot of that. And I was like, oh, this was, and then I was like, oh, I remember after hearing that plot, I remember being like, oh, I think this is that movie from that night that I decided I don't like carrots because they tasted salty that one time. And then I looked it up, and I was like, yep, that's exactly the movie that was. You hated the plot so much it made you hate carrots? No, I don't think I knew what the plot was. I think it was just like I was like putting myself in the shoes of like the characters who were like actively drowning on screen or something, and just being like, wow, that's like salt water. I know what salt water tastes like. Salt water is disgusting. Oh wait, why is like my carrot tasting like salt water now? Like I think it was one of those things. I don't know if that makes sense though. But yeah. And the thing is, I remember it being like they weren't like carrot sticks. This was like a carrot. I remember being like, wow, I can't. Impressive power of memory. Listen, this is like a core memory that I have. Sorry, I was turning off my alarm. It's a core ass memory I have. What other core? What's another core memory from that time that I have? Okay, here's one that I was thinking about like yesterday when I was driving to work. When? No, not when. What was the first Mario Kart game that Waluigi Pinball was a course in? Because my heart wants to say Double Dash, or whatever the GameCube game was. Oh, am I too quiet, or is it because of the ad? Okay, so then I have this memory. Because I have this memory, and I cannot remember how this memory came to be exactly, but I do remember, like, I think I had to be like in first grade. This had to be around the same time I was in first grade or something, around or kindergarten maybe. I don't remember, something around that time. I was pretty young, and we had one like the neighborhood, like one like the neighbors who had like kids in high school like babysit like me and my sister, my parents. Thank you so much for the gifted. Thank you so much for the gifted. It's very appreciated. No more ads for you. But yeah, so like I don't think that we owned a GameCube, but since they lived like 2-3 houses down, and apparently I would grow up later to find out that my mom hates her mom like with a burning passion. But I guess the kids were nice. I don't remember. I don't know. But like they had a GameCube. We had a GameCube. I think they had a GameCube because I don't think it would have made sense for us to have a GameCube. And I remember, so they brought the GameCube over probably from their house. Because like the thing is, I think that's what happened. I don't really remember because I do remember entering their house and in their garage, like kind of like where like you go into the garage, like that's where they kept their litter box. And I remember like being like, wow, that smells like ass. Like, so I think we went to their house to pick up the GameCube, and then we brought it back to our house to set it up to play. And again, it was really more of a, my babysitter plays the game. I don't know how to play the game. I sit and watch, and I'm equally amused as if I was playing the game. Again, like kindergartner. And I remember, so clearly this is Double Dash. It was Mario Kart, clearly Double Dash. I do remember Daisy Cruiser. However, I also remember Waluigi Pinball. And like that can't possibly be correct because Waluigi Pinball was clearly a DS, like a Nitro course on DS. So I don't know where that memory comes from, but I do have apparently a fabricated memory of watching Mario Kart Double Dash, specifically the what's it called? The Waluigi Pinball. They didn't even give you a... So I think what happened was that they tried to teach me how to play the game, and I was like, this is really complicated for my 5, 6, 7-year-old brain. What if I just watched you play instead? And they said, hey, that's actually easier. And then they did, and I was entertained. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes it does not take a lot to entice a 5-year-old. Good babysitter. Because I think I do recall trying to play and being like, wow, this is hard. We have been fishing all day, huh? We're gonna keep going until we get to, like, critical... I think we can maybe catch maybe one more fish if time allows. I think if we're good and we pay attention, we can catch one more fish. There we go. Okay, perfect. Guys, like, not quite a year ago, but almost a year ago, I was dropping mad hours in Stardew. Mad hours. And now just vanilla Stardew. I mean, technically this is still vanilla Stardew. They're just like, there is no gameplay additives here. All right, then we get to organize this shit, and then we get to sell everything and hopefully get rich. And then we end stream. I don't think I have any other... I don't think I have any stories for you. Any more stories for you guys. At least for now, I'm all storied out. One day we could talk about some of my other dance teachers. If you guys are remotely interested in that. Oh. I know. Stream ends when I get rich. Also, thank you for the head pats, Bach. Just double checking. I just got here. No! No! Honestly, if the game crashes, it'll pick up from like the beginning of the day because it saves it every time you sleep, right? It's fine. But how are you doing, Shower Reset? I'm sorry that you popped in right as stream's about to end. Is that the right chest? Yes. get rid of all this. We don't need it. Who needs it? Oh, I forgot to pet the dog. Chillin'. Playing Oblivion lately? Nice! I don't think I know what Oblivion is. Oh, it's midnight? It's yelling at me. Go to bed. Okay. So money that we're gonna have to save up for. We're gonna have to save up for melons. And whatever the hell the summer bundle requires of us. Hold on. What does the summer bundle require of us? I mean, we're gonna need to save up for hella. Okay. We're saving up for the Copper X. Okay. Okay, I think this is gonna be a grind for money. I'll be real. This last week of spring. Oh wait, no, we have Sunday. Okay, I forgot the week starts on Monday. We're fine. We're chilling. We're back for one more day. I said the end of the week. Let's go. Huge. Okay, let's brainstorm some Minecraft base ideas then. Because I was thinking, so I usually always do a silly little cottage, right? I was thinking this time to do like kind of both. I want the flexibility, and I think I know exactly. I know what mod pack is going to be used. So I think what I want to do is find. Hi, dog. Hello. What's your name again? Do we know your name? I think we named you Belly, but I can't remember. Bellers. Never mind. The IRL Bella is passed out and is pissed that I'm talking. How dare I interrupt her attempts to nap? But, so what I was thinking was trying to find, what I was thinking was, an underwater base essentially, or like a one of those like ones that are like in the mountainside. Or Toby Fox the White Dog. Sorry, y'all. There we go. But yeah, I think that's kind of where I was at. I think I am sadly gonna have to, for sustainability, have to make dare I say it, a farm. But if it's not like a pretty farm, like it's not that big of a deal. I can maybe make like a greenhouse. Is mangrove root a base game thing? Asking for a friend. I guess we can find out. I don't know. All I know is that Monday, Minecraft. Unless we're playing Split Fiction. My bases are just hunks of farm randomly placed. See, most I've been playing has been the Big Chad guys. So my ass does not know what is base, what is not. Vanilla, okay. Okay, so I have a vision for a greenhouse then. I have a vision for a greenhouse. And then honestly, if our animal farm is not pretty, it's fine. It doesn't I don't think that matters. But yeah, no, I don't know. I've been seeing some like insane builds, and I'm like, man, my ass would never be able to. I feel like we missed the first fish. There we go. There we go. Huge. But yeah, I don't know. I know that. I don't know. I just feel like in Minecraft, as evident by our modded Minecraft streams, I am not a builder. I don't know. Maybe I'm just simply. I don't know. I'm just not a builder. I'm not a builder. I don't do farms. I simply explore. Oh, that does remind me of one thing. I do have to double check. Hold on. I do see that. I do see your chat. Give me a hot second. Going off of your streams, you're also not a resource writer either. That is true. I am not. If you're enjoying the game, that's also true. I think it's like the series the next series of Minecraft gameplay that you will be seeing from me is going to be much more vanilla than I played in a hot minute. I'm just an RTS player that likes to build until I get bored and restarts. For me, I just like, I don't know, I like exploring. What can I say? I like exploring. What can I say? I'm just a simple girl. I'm just a girl. Are we just getting like sunfish and chub out here? I think that's kind of like the only thing that's out here right now. Kind of RIP for variety, I guess. Oh, new record, sunfish, huge. Let's go. I also think long. Let's go. I don't know, guys. What's a movie that y'all have recently watched? I feel like I haven't watched like a movie proper in a hot minute. Oh wait, actually, okay. So at work, before I was told to not come back until I was sounded not sick, respectfully, you know. I was like, oh man, like I need to find like a new like album, new soundtrack of shit to listen to again. The Minecraft movie. But I was like, man, I need to find like a new like soundtrack to listen to because for a really long time, or rather for a while, I was like listening through the Hamilton soundtrack again. I was listening through the Wicked soundtrack again. I was listening through like musical soundtracks because like I feel like I like listening to like stories or some shit when I'm like working, if possible. Something that I can follow but I don't have to pay super close attention to. Like I went through the new Hunger Games audiobook while at work. I missed some details clearly because I was watching some videos, review videos and like all my thoughts and opinions or whatever. Like, I guess that's technically just a review. So I've been watching review videos on like Summers on the Reaping, and I was like, oh man, I clearly missed a lot, but I was like paying attention enough to like understand like what was happening in the story, you know. And just gives my it gives my brain. I think I said this in the Discord also. It gives my brain just like enough of something to do so that I'm not completely like my focus isn't completely wandering the whole time. So I was listening. I think it was Tuesday I was listening. I was just listening to the Hairspray soundtrack. I forgot how good the music is in Hairspray, low key. But you know what I didn't realize till I was watching some other video? I don't remember what video it was, but I realized that I didn't. Is Matthew Morrison an original cast for Hairspray? Because if so, it makes sense. But I did not know that until like maybe a couple weeks ago. And now this makes sense, but huh? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying. I guess long story short is that I'm trying to find something. The Glee dude, yeah, the Glee dude. I mean, a lot of the Glee cast came from. If they came from something, it was from Broadway. For some reason, like it was like most of it was like Spring Awakening though. What even is that about though? Like I know Spring Awakening is about like people like when they find I know that when people find out what Spring Awakening is about, they're like, oh, that's what that's about. I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think it was that. I don't know. I think I'm just simply on a musical kick. I watched The Sound of Music last weekend. I don't know. I don't know what it's about. We can look it up after the day ends. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just on a musical kick. Watch Sound of Music, like the Julie Andrews one, not like the recording of what Sound of Music live from like what 2014 or something. I don't know. I forgot how much of a banger Sound of Music is, and how much I hate that the one song that like Von Trapp and Maria sing like at the like Act 2 before they get married. And the thing is, so like, okay, here's the thing about if you don't know about like musical overtures, it's like the first thing that you hear like in a musical, and it usually lasts for a few minutes. It kind of goes through most of like the important themes of important musical themes of the musical. It's like it's like the establishing. I think it's if you will, it's the audio equivalent of an establishing shot. And like when I was listening to the overture, I was like, oh yeah, like yeah, all the familiar songs. I know all of these. And then it got to part of the overture that was like the duet that I always skip and have always skipped ever since I was a kid. And I'm like, I don't know what song this is. I don't know what song this is. I couldn't tell you if this is in like clearly it's in the musical, but where? What song? And in my head, I was going through all of the songs in Sound of Music and consistently skipping this one song. I can't even tell you what the name of that song is because I don't know. I don't remember. Oh god, I don't remember. I'm trying to remember what it is so hard. I don't know. Like I can hear the theme in my head, but I cannot tell you what it is, what the song is. But yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna hum it. Sorry, I know I'm a VTuber, y'all, but I'm not much of a singer. But God, I'm trying so hard to remember. I'm like trying to remember literally any of the lyrics. Ugh. Anyways, so when I was watching The Sound of Music, So you know that one scene when, like, you know, Von Trapp decides, hey, what if we did have music back in the house? And then they're like, hey, let's actually throw a party. And it's like the political tension is happening, but then also there's the what's it called? It's the Austrian folk dance, but it's like, oh, I don't remember what it's called. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bad day for memory. It's like it's Laender or something like that. It's something like it's like that. So it's something, the spelling is something along the lines of like those letters are definitely in it. Let's just put it that way. But I don't know. I was watching that just to be like, man, it would have been so fun to be able to do a little to do it. I feel like learning, doing a dance like that, like a folk dance of some sort like that would just I just feel that's like a fun cultural thing. Like, like that. Yeah, exactly. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, is that? Yes, that is it. I've never had to say that word out loud before, and I'm not gonna try now. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah. I don't know, but that's definitely like always like one song that I love to listen to is like for funsies. I have no knowledge on music other than game OST. Okay, here's another fun fact. Growing up in school, I had to take music theory. I do not play an instrument. Landier? I don't know. I don't know. I know I'm saying it wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know what I'm doing. Put this one up. Oh, we didn't have one. Interesting. Bream, we definitely have one of those. Okay. Lander, just Lander. I think the A represents A with umlaut over it. Which is how they spell A as in land. So is this Landier? Interesting. Interesting. My ass would not know, but now I guess I do know. But yeah, I don't know. I always have fun listening to that one from like the soundtrack or whatever. That's definitely one I definitely I never skip when it pops up on when it pops up. I know it's midnight. Calm down. Queen of sauce. Radish salad. Huge. Weather report. Pog. Sleep time. A is always like an arm. Okay. Sorry, I tried to figure out what the IPA transcription of that would be, but understood. Man, we did not get as rich today. I think it's because we just simply did not catch as many fish. We kind of caught a lot of fish yesterday. God damn it! What a climb to being remotely wealthy, not objectively poor. All right. I'm gonna exit this because it is going to. Oh, pog. Okay. Woo! Oh, right. That was a fun 3.5 hours. Okay, let's find someone to raid. Lots of yapping. It was a big yapping stream for some reason. I don't know. I feel like Stardew Valley and Minecraft are big yapping streams. It was a good one. So you guys do enjoy listening to me complain randomly about cringe things that have happened to me in the past. And like
cringe things I've had to observe as a dancer. Cringe things I've had to observe other dancers do as a dancer. I lived through your cringe experiences. I'm glad. I wonder, I think I definitely have other cringe, oh no, I have one big cringe story, but obviously I'm saving that till like another time. I will keep it in mind that y'all enjoy the cringe stories, apparently. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the head pats, Buff. Let's find somebody to raid.